What is good? Welcome back. Today we finna be reacting to what's top K-pop idol falls in love with poor boy and had to make a hard choice. Look. Love is everywhere. You can find love where you're not expecting it. She wasn't expecting. Well, I'm gonna say I wouldn't even expect a K-pop artist to get with a broke nigga. I'm gonna be honest. I'm sorry for calling you broke, but it's in the description. It's in the title. But yeah, you never know who you gonna fall in love with. It's unexpected, and that's what's the beautiful part about it. Let's watch it. Come on. Oh, I skipped. Go back.
Popular idol Duna shone brightly on stage.
Her name is Duna. Beautiful. I'm trying to do something to you. I don't know what
Adored by everyone. But offstage, she lived in fear and pain every day. She was
Damn.
blamed for gaining even a little weight and was often harassed by creepy men.
Yeah, you niggas be creepy. They be calling the skinniest Asians in the world. Oh, you're fat. She got no meat on her bones. She got a little pouch or with a little something like this. You talking about she got? What are you talking about? Like, shut up, dude. You've been a creep.
Her teammates bullied and insulted her. People spread rumors about her plagiarism. The constant torment left her breathless and depressed. She asked her manager for help, but he ignored her. To the company, she was just a tool to make money. Exactly. At her final concert, exhausted, Duna jumped off the stage, ending her career. Afterward, she hid in her apartment, living a sad and empty life. One day, a college student, Wonjun, moved into her building. He greeted her kindly, but she ignored him. As he opened his door, she noticed he was wearing her fan merch and gave him a disgusted look. Wonjun didn't realize and awkwardly asked if they had met before. Duna still didn't answer. Wonjun felt awkward and quickly went inside. He wondered why Duna always looked so sad and sat alone. But Duna thought he was a stalker. The next day, she stopped him and asked if he was making fun of her. After a moment, he remembered she was a famous idol. Duna became convinced he was a fan stalking her. She blew smoke at him and nearly burned him with her cigarette.
What?
Wonjun tried to explain he wasn't her fan, but she didn't believe him. He promised not to look at her again and hurried away. Later, Wonjun went to a tutor job interview.
Nigga, is this a true story, bro? I'm irritated already, bro. She disrespecting the dog shit out this nigga's shit.
Which went well. On his way home, he met his high school crush, Jinju. Coincidentally, they attended the same university. While waiting for the bus, it started snowing. Wonjun gave
You a lucky nigga. You a lucky nigga if your high school crush and then you had this crush on this girl in high school and then y'all turned around and went to the same college. That's God giving you 2 chances, nigga. You better make it happen. You better make it happen. He gave you 2 shots.
Said he was still as kind as before. A few days later, Jinju tried to return the scarf, but accidentally caught her earring. Wonjun carefully helped her untangle it. Their eyes met and his heart raced. When he got back to the apartment, he saw Duna sitting alone by the door, wearing only slippers. Wonjun worried she might be cold, but then heard her sobbing. Just as he didn't know what to do, Duna suddenly stood up and angrily warned him not to sing anymore, or she'd smash his head.
Damn!
Before Wonjun could react, Duna fainted. He quickly put his jacket over her and called for an ambulance.
Why is she so mean?
Duna woke up in the hospital. Wonjun asked about her family, but she yelled at him. He had to tell the nurse he was her guardian. Duna thought he was pretending to be nice, but he listened carefully to the nurse's advice and even bought socks for her. She asked him to put them on, and to her surprise, he did. She then asked his name, but Wonjun said it was private and refused to tell her.
Don't ever let a female disrespect you like this. I'm sorry. I know she like trying to play safe or something like that, but whatever she doing, but you been disrespectful, a little too disrespectful for my life. I might have to knock you. If I take you to the hospital, bro, you better be on your best behavior 24/7 after that. You better slurp my meat when I ask you to. You better tickle my toes. You better act right. Shit.
Duna found this strange boy interesting. The next day, a friend called Wonjun, asking if he smoked. The employer had smelled smoke on his scarf and fired him. Upset, Wonjun realized it was from Duna blowing smoke at him. While picking up a package, Duna called his name and asked him to eat breakfast with her. Wonjun noticed she was sitting on his package. She handed it to him and again asked him to eat with her. Wonjun ignored her request.
She's so pretty.
Duna sat in a chair eating snacks and watching him. From that day, she waited for him at the door every day, asking to eat together. But Wonjun always refused.
She
When
pretty.
he hung laundry on the roof, Duna sat nearby. When Wonjun picked up a fan hoodie, he quickly explained it was a birthday gift from a friend. Doona didn't care and teasingly asked if he had a girlfriend. When he said no, she invited him to eat again. Wonjun hesitated for 2 seconds.
She want that.
Asked,
She want that. She want that Asian wiener. So you gotta bend her rope. My fault.
She liked him. Doona burst out laughing and said she would never like him. Wonjun felt a bit hurt, but Doona said she wanted to be friends. Before he could reply, she said she wanted to make a wish at sunrise. In the sunlight, she looked even more beautiful, and Wonjun found himself captivated. After losing his tutoring job, Wonjun put up flyers for part-time work. One night, he saw his flyers torn down and got a phone call right after. Excited, thinking it was an employer, he turned around and saw it was Doona's prank. She laughed proudly, but Wonjun got angry. He begged her to stop bothering him.
Stop bothering
He explained
me.
that he came from an ordinary family, had to study and work hard and wasn't like her, living freely without worries. After hearing this, Doona quietly walked away. After that day, she never bothered Wonjun again. But strangely, Wonjun felt a bit lost. Finally, he couldn't help but go to the first floor to apologize and told Doona they could eat together next time. Doona walked past him, ignoring him, and closed the door. Soon after, she came to Wonjun's classroom, sat beside him, and playfully said she wanted to have dinner with him. The boys around them looked on with envy. Feeling shy, Wonjun put his hat on Doona. Seeing him nervous, Doona laughed happily.
Stepped into Wick Studio.
Doona, bro, Doona. You playing too much, bro. Hey, all that playing, all that joking and playing gonna get you fucked. That's all I'm saying. Like, you doing too much. You trying to get cracked. You're pulling up to my school, my college. All right, bet I got something for you.
Wonjun treated her to ice cream. Doona used the chance to say she might call him sometimes and reminded him not to fall for her. Wonjun confidently said that wouldn't happen. Then he saved her number. Since Wonjun couldn't find a tutoring job, he started working part-time at a cafe.
Okay.
Surprisingly, Jinju also worked there.
What?
The two worked and joked together.
Oh my,
Wonjun couldn't
bro,
help but think
Jinju is the one for you, bro. Jinju is the one for you, bro.
Scholarships were announced was when he first met Jinju.
Oh.
From that day, his eyes never left her. After work, Wonjun played with a kitten at the apartment entrance.
I feel it.
When Doona saw him, she asked why he didn't answer her calls. She hated that the most. She had been trying to reach a man, but he never replied. Wonjun explained he wasn't ignoring her. He was busy at work. Doona said she wanted to hear his voice and told him to answer next time, so she wouldn't feel abandoned. Wonjun nodded obediently.
You want to hear my voice? Okay. She got Riz.
And noticed Doona was wearing the pink socks he had given her. A few days later, Wonjun went to a department gathering. And talked to Doona rudely. Just then, Doona arrived and scolded the man. The man didn't back off and cursed at her. Angry, Doona picked up a wine bottle to hit him. Luckily, Wonjun blocked it with a helmet, avoiding a disaster.
Doona's crazy.
Even with his injured hand, he bought Doona a drink to calm her down. When he learned Doona had brought that wine to share with him, he suggested they have a drink now. On the way, they ran into Jinju. Jinju recognized Doona immediately and invited her to drink. Wonjun could only watch as the two girls laughed and drank. When Jinju got drunk, her father called. Wonjun didn't dare to answer. Doona boldly answered, pretending to be Jinju's classmate and telling her father not to worry. Wonjun was amazed by her acting and thought it was a waste for her to only be an idol. After drinking, Doona went to the rooftop for fresh air, worried she might fall. Wonjun sat quietly nearby. Doona talked about Jinju, saying she envied people with long-lasting, close friendships. As she stood up, she almost fell. Wonjun caught her in his arms. For a moment, the atmosphere felt intimate. Doona suddenly leaned closer to Wonjun. He nervously closed his eyes, but she didn't kiss him. The next day, Wonjun couldn't stop thinking about what happened.
I would have kissed her.
Doona's beautiful face stayed
She's so
in his
beautiful.
mind.
She's so beautiful.
Jinju excitedly told Wonjun she saw him kissing Doona. Wonjun tried to explain, but saw her running happily to a senior. Seeing her smile, Wonjun felt a little sad. At home, he saw Doona throwing trash without sorting it. He offered to help her with the garbage.
I'll be mad
Doona
too.
noticed he was upset and suggested he explain to Jinju.
I would be mad because she thinking I'm clapping your fine ass when really I'm not getting no cheeks. Now she's fucking with somebody else. The bitch I want is fucking with somebody else because she seen me and you together thinking we fucking, but we not fucking. We just talking. Now I can't get no cheeks between both of y'all.
Wonjun shook his head. He said they were just friends, and explaining would feel strange. Doona joked again about dating him. Wonjun suddenly said he knew why she had no friends. He said she was selfish and spoke without thinking about others' feelings.
Damn.
Doona got angry, grabbed the trash from him, and threw it all around.
It's true though.
Can you please
Like,
just
calm
hear
your
me out?
fine ass
No,
down.
all work management platforms are the same. Monday.com is the one you'll actually love to use.
The next day, Wonjun asked his friends why Doona left the girl group. No one knew what happened to her. At night, Doona went to feed the cat and noticed her trash was gone. She realized Wonjun cleaned it and smiled. When she got home, Wonjun invited her to dinner. After eating, they went for a walk. Curious, Wonjun asked why she left the group. Doona looked surprised. He was the first to ask. Others randomly guessed reasons and judged her life. She only said she left because she couldn't sing anymore. On the street, she saw a claw machine and played happily. Watching her, Wonjun smiled without realizing.
She's so pretty.
She won a toy and left satisfied. She told Wonjun it was her birthday. Wonjun told her to eat on time from now on. Doona asked why he didn't date Jinju. Wonjun said he had a one-sided crush. Doona encouraged him, saying he just needed to make Jinju like him too. Then she taught Wonjun step by step and looked into his eyes for 5 seconds. Wonjun took the chance to say, "Happy birthday." Doona felt touched. At home, Doona saw a note on the table and ran out to look for someone. But with cars everywhere, she couldn't find the man. Meanwhile, Wonjun called Jinju and explained he wasn't dating Doona. Jinju felt relieved. The next day, Wonjun asked Doona what Jinju's reply really meant. Doona thought Jinju liked him too and encouraged him to seize the moment. Wonjun took out a photo of him and Jinju from a book. Before graduation, they took funny and close photos together. Classmates rumored they were dating, but Wonjun said they were just close soulmates. Jinju didn't deny it, but Wonjun didn't know she liked him too. That night, Wonjun didn't see Doona at the door and felt worried. He heard banging from the bathroom and realized she was stuck inside.
Banging.
He broke the doorknob with tools. Doona hugged him in fear, and he gently comforted her. After she calmed down, he fixed the doorknob. Doona thought he looked sexy while fixing it.
Doona, you look sexy. Stop saying stuff like that. You're gonna get fucked. Like, damn, you doing too much.
Father, she often imagined moments like this. She seemed sad, opened her cigarette box, and found it empty. Wonjun reminded her there was another pack in the cabinet. She found it but threw it all away. Those cigarettes belonged to the man she once depended on. Seeing her upset, Wonjun took her to play a whack-a-mole game. She didn't know how to play, so he taught her step by step. Once she got the hang of it, he cheered for her. They then played basketball. Doona jumped on his back when excited, and he let her score on purpose. Afterward, they lay on the court together. The sky was gray, but Doona felt happy. She hadn't laughed like that in a long time. Wonjun told Doona he was going to see cherry blossoms with Jinju. Doona acted like a love teacher, telling him not to run away. On the day, Jinju arrived on time.
He got 2 of them. I got 2 hoes. He trying to. Oh my God, she beautiful too. I don't know which one to choose. I don't know which one I would choose. Let me know which one y'all would choose. This nigga got 2. He got the both, bro.
The cherry blossoms were beautiful, and they reminisced about the past. During their chat, Wonjun mentioned Doona playing whack-a-mole. Jinju noticed his eyes looked different when he talked about Doona.
Damn.
It started raining on the way back. Jinju's senior drove by and gave them a ride. The senior took great care of Jinju. Wonjun stayed silent but felt annoyed. Later, his housemate called him. Coincidentally, the senior was friends with the housemate. That evening, the 3 attended a party hosted by the housemate.
I don't do parties.
Too. At the party, the housemate praised the senior in front of Wonjun and tried to match him with Jinju. The senior said he and Jinju were like soulmates. Jinju didn't deny it. Wonjun felt
He took your bitch! He took your bitch! He took your bitch! Right in front of you, nigga!
upset and
right in your face!
Doona followed him. It was cold, but Doona stubbornly bought ice cream. Wonjun threw away the stick for her and put his jacket over her head. Jinju saw Doona wearing Wonjun's jacket and felt disappointed. Wonjun heard the senior and Jinju were getting closer. He looked distracted and uneasy. The next day, at the basketball game, Jinju kept cheering for her senior. Afterward, Doona warned Wonjun that if this continued, Jinju might end up with another man. Wonjun shook his head helplessly. After high school, he confessed his feelings to Jinju, but since then, she avoided him on purpose. Wonjun believed it was all his own wishful thinking. Now, he was content just to stay friends with her. On April Fool's Day, they gathered
Wait,
again.
so he already told her he liked her? Didn't he need to stop talking to her? Because if she didn't give you that same energy back, leave her. The fuck?
Jinju said the senior had confessed to her, but she hadn't given an answer. She liked someone else, but felt too nervous to get close when he approached. Wonjun listened carefully, but Jinju laughed and said it was just an April Fool's joke. When it was Doona's turn, she showed a stack of photos, saying a stalker had taken them. This wasn't a joke. She pointed outside. The stalker was there. Wonjun rushed out first, catching the stalker despite the danger.
Weird
It
ass
turned out
nigga.
to be a man from a nearby convenience store.
Beat the shit out that
Doona
nigga.
grabbed a bottle to hit him, but stopped in the end. Wonjun, angrier than her, warned the man to behave. Jinju saw this side of Wonjun for the first time. She wanted to touch the wound on his face, but he stopped her hand. Jinju suddenly felt he seemed like a stranger. At that moment, her phone buzzed. She hid the screen, as if not wanting Wonjun to see.
It's the
but it
senior.
was just a message from her parents. On the way home, Jinju kept looking at her photos with Wonjun. Sweet memories filled her heart, but her face looked sad.
Damn.
Meanwhile, Wonjun stayed with Doona until she fell asleep. Later, he got drunk alone because of Jinju.
Jinju?
Doona woke up halfway and asked for more wine.
No,
Wonjun
go to sleep.
hesitated but held her outstretched hand. He had already dealt with the stalker, making him sign a promise not to bother her again. Doona could report it to the police any time. She looked at Wonjun silently, then lay her head on his lap and fell asleep. Wonjun gently covered her with a blanket. Doona grabbed his hand and said he could pull it away if he didn't like it. Instead, he placed his other hand on hers. That night, they fell asleep holding each other.
Oh, yeah.
Afterward, Wonjun felt conflicted. He started noticing this strange but interesting girl. Doona, unaware, excitedly visited him at the amusement park where he worked. He couldn't accompany her since he was busy, so she played alone and waited for him to finish. When he saw her, his tiredness vanished, and he took her for jjajangmyeon. Suddenly, Doona talked about her life. One time, when a show got canceled, she realized she couldn't do anything besides singing and dancing. She worried that without those, her life would be lonely and boring. But after meeting Wonjun, she found life fun again. She asked him what he wanted
Okay,
to do.
then stop disrespecting this nigga and go ahead and slurp his meat. Like, you been playing too much. That's your problem. You play too much. You finna get fucked. Like, damn.
Future. His answer was simple. He just wanted an ordinary life. Doona took the fortune slips from the side. Wonjun picked one. It said he would meet trouble and bad things. He didn't feel upset.
With SimilarWeb, it's like you're dropping into your competitor's marketing meeting, hearing
Shut your
all
broke
their
ass
shit.
up.
For him, just eating jjajangmyeon with Doona was already a luxury. Doona suggested going on a date when the weather was nice. On the bus ride back, Wonjun fell asleep. Doona let him lean on her shoulder. She took out her fortune slip. It said to forget old wounds and welcome new love. Soon, someone took a photo of them eating together and posted it online. The internet was full of bad comments about Doona. Wonjun worried she might feel hurt, but she didn't care. She was
don't give
used
a
to
fuck.
cruel and senseless hate since her debut. Wonjun thought these people went too far.
They did.
He even promised to attend her press conference. Doona seriously asked if he could say she was someone he liked. Wonjun paused to think, but Doona said she was joking. He couldn't figure out this strange girl.
She's so weird.
Wonjun told Jinju about the fortune
She's
slips
one
and
of those girls who just can't admit you. Just admit you like the nigga. Just admit you want him to rearrange your guts. Just admit it. Just admit it. Like, don't gotta bully him and bother him all the time. Just admit you want him to fuck the shit out of you. It's not that hard. I hate girls when girls do that.
showed her his. When Jinju read it, her face changed. It said to welcome new love. Doona had secretly switched his slip while he slept on the bus. Jinju was upset, but then she saw news about Doona. Though the face was blurred, she recognized Wonjun at once. The next day, the weather was perfect. Doona dressed up, ready for a date with Wonjun, but Wonjun's housemate suddenly called him for something urgent. When he arrived, he realized it was a setup for a group blind date. Doona waited at home for Wonjun. Even in her pretty clothes, she felt bored and sad. The housemate came home first. He thoughtlessly told Dona that Wonjun was having fun with a girl and might not come back tonight. Duna felt disappointed.
This nigga getting hoes!
Waited in the yard all night. Late at night, Wonjun finally returned and saw her. Her finger was burned by a cigarette.
Damn.
He quickly took ice and carefully helped her cool it down. Strangely, Duna only felt the pain now, just like the sadness she felt when smelling women's perfume on him. Before Wonjun could react, Duna leaned in and kissed him.
She know.
He pushed her away and went.
Y'all see how females be? Y'all see how females be? She hated this nigga. Well, she didn't hate him. She was disrespecting this nigga. Then as soon as she started hanging out with other females, she smelled a female perfume on him. Now she want to kiss him? You just was in this man's face calling him a dork, a loser. Now look at you, want to slurp his meat. Females are so weird about that. I don't
Before
understand
Wonjun
that.
could react, Duna leaned in and kissed him.
You-
He pushed her away and went back to his room alone. That night, Wonjun couldn't sleep, tossing and turning in bed. The next day, he couldn't focus on studying at all. Feeling anxious, he decided to go home with his backpack. When he entered his room, he saw Duna sitting on his bed. Wonjun asked her why she kissed him the day before. Duna looked confident, saying it was just a kiss and didn't mean much to her. Wonjun realized she didn't like him and they were just friends.
She liked
Since
him.
they were friends, there should be no crossing the line. Wonjun understood Duna was lonely and just wanted comfort. This wasn't love, but the kiss made his heart race. After their talk, Duna decided to find housemates. Ira, someone Wonjun knew, moved into the dorm. Duna also invited Jinju, who had run away from home. At night, the three girls drank together. Jinju and Ira, both students at the same university, had lots to talk about. Duna felt out of place and went outside alone. Jinju followed her and said she liked Wonjun. She hadn't confessed yet, but had hinted at her feelings. Duna was straightforward. She said Jinju could use her room, but didn't wish them well. Jinju believed she had an advantage. She had known Wonjun for years, and they liked each other, sharing many experiences. Duna just smiled silently. It was true Jinju and Wonjun seemed more connected. Feeling upset, Duna dressed up and went to a bar to lose herself. She wanted more love, but also feared losing it.
No.
After partying, she was about to leave when she ran into someone she knew. Meanwhile, there was a party at the apartment. Jinju went to Wonjun's room to get a blanket and found an old photo of them in his book. She felt happy, thinking he still liked her. But then she noticed a cigarette box near the bed, clearly belonging to Duna. Her face darkened. She decided to confess to Wonjun that day. Jinju remembered when Wonjun confessed to her years ago.
Oh!
She had been so happy.
Now
Her
she
father
want
was
him.
controlling and didn't allow her to date. He even cut his daughter's hair if they disobeyed.
What?
Thinking of her strict father, Jinju.
Nigga, what? You gonna cut your daughter hair cause she wanna date a nigga? Now I heard the strict niggas, I heard about this before, but what is wrong with you, you moron? That is abuse. You need to be... I don't understand you niggas, bro.
Jinju knew she couldn't be with Wonjun. Recently, she ran away from home to escape her father's control. After hearing this, Wonjun admitted he used to like Jinju.
Well,
But
he don't
seeing
like
her again, he realized those feelings were gone. After clearing things up, Wonjun waited in the yard for Duna to return. A man brought Duna home
cold.
and tried to kiss her, but was stopped. Angry, the man accused her of living recklessly to get Manager Park's attention. But Manager Park didn't seem interested in her anymore. Wonjun heard the noise and came out. Duna remembered her phone was left in the man's car and asked Wonjun to help get it. Wonjun got the phone and asked the man if he was Duna's friend. The man laughed mockingly. He said Duna got close to different men on purpose to catch Manager Park's attention. Since Duna came to him, the man thought he could take advantage. Wonjun held back his anger and slammed the car door.
Bitch
But the
ass.
man's words disturbed him. He shook off Duna's hand. Duna followed him and asked what was wrong. Wonjun wanted to know how he was different from the other men. Duna also wanted to know if she really liked Wonjun or was just lonely. So she tested herself with other men. But now, she realized she might really like Wonjun. Getting her answer, Wonjun kissed Duna. Falling for her completely, he wanted to know more about her. He said,
They finna fuck. They finna fuck. They finna... they finna fuck. Oh.
searched her name online and found only bad news. Duna's parents abandoned her when she was a child. Now she was paying off her mother's huge debt. Wonjun felt heartbroken. He got drunk and called Duna to confess. He told her he not only liked her but was jealous of the men she once liked. After hanging up, he ran to Duna's side. He climbed into her bed and hugged her tightly. The next day, Duna's mother came to see her. She told Duna to beg her manager to rejoin the girl group and make money for her.
Get the fuck out of my face.
Duna looked at her mother, who only criticized her, feeling disappointed. Later, she went to the girl group's new song launch. Watching the members dancing on stage, she smiled with relief. She
Just
turned
like
to
Jenny.
leave and accidentally saw Manager Park. She quickly lowered her head and walked away.
I wanna be like Jenny. That's the only song I know, bro. That's literally the only fucking song I know.
Not far away, she got a text from Manager Park. She didn't reply, feeling conflicted inside. At that moment, Wonjun got a call from Jinju asking him to watch the fireworks together. He arrived at the meeting spot just as the fireworks started. Under the beautiful display, Jinju confessed her feelings again. She had liked Wonjun since their first meeting. Every day, she found excuses to get close.
She wanna fuck you, bro. She wants your slurp your meat, and you're just gonna turn her down. I don't think I got the balls. I'll be like, look, I like this other girl, but we can smash for sure. We can. Man, you can get some. We can cook some up real quick. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I'm with the other girl. We still can fuck though. We still can fuck.
To him. Being with him always made her feel calm and happy, but she was afraid that confessing might ruin their friendship, so she kept her feelings hidden. When Duna appeared, Jinju realized she might lose her chance. Even if rejected, she decided she would have no regrets. Wonjun apologized repeatedly, thanking her for everything she had done. Jinju, knowing the outcome, still teared up. Afterward, Wonjun called Duna several times before reaching her. Feeling upset, Duna suggested they take a trip together. Though surprised, Wonjun agreed. They took a bus to the countryside. In the rain, they rode bikes wildly, forgetting all their worries. At night, the cold made them shiver. Duna
Imagine having two girls in your life that you really like, and then you already got with the other one, so you gotta turn down the other one, and you gotta see her cry right there. That is so. Oh my god, I hate seeing women cry. I hate seeing females cry.
boldly asked Wonjun to take off her shirt. Wonjun hugged her instinctively, and Duna kissed him. The next morning, Duna hummed happily, looking at the sky. Wonjun woke to her singing and silently hugged her. Duna then asked him to officially date her. Hearing her confirm their relationship, Wonjun felt overjoyed and held her hand. Suddenly, Duna stopped. Looking at Manager Park in the distance, she let go of Wonjun's hand.
What?
Ignoring Wonjun's attempts to stop her, she walked to Manager Park and got into his car.
Ah, hell
Park
nah!
wanted Duna to make a comeback, saying fans would forget her otherwise. Duna, upset that he abandoned her before, threatened him to stop the car. She got hurt because the car didn't stop properly. Duna admitted she liked Manager Park and had been waiting for his call every day. Manager Park found it funny. She had caused the mess and left it for him to fix. Now she wanted to use him to return to the stage. That wasn't love. Duna broke down, crying on the ground. Later, Manager Park took her to the hospital.
Duna's a fucking bop, dude. He should have chose the other one. Like, what the fuck?
During this time, Wonjun called her, but she ignored it.
Like-
Manager Park told Duna to get in the car, or he'd never see her again. But his words didn't seem to hurt her, because they would never meet again anyway. When Duna returned to her cottage, she found that Wonjun had already left. She wanted to call him, but didn't know how to explain everything. Although she rejected Manager Park, she still dreamed of returning to the stage. In middle school, Manager Park discovered Duna and made her a trainee. She
You're a
practiced dancing
creep.
every day.
You are a creep. So you look at a middle schooler and be like, damn, you'll be a good K-pop dancer. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with your mind? What is wrong with your mind? I say some fucked up shit, but that's some fucked up shit right there. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. Y'all don't be seeing what these K-pop dancers be doing. That's why I'm saying that. I be seeing them throw it back. I be seeing them doing all that freaky shit. So the fact that you looking at a middle schooler and telling her she could be a K-pop dancer and giving her dance lessons, that makes you a creepy old fuck. You're creepy.
And only Manager Park cared about her health. Over time, Duna fell for this mature man. After a performance accident, she told Manager Park she couldn't sing on stage anymore, but he chose to abandon her. Thinking of the past, Duna met an old teammate at a cafe. The teammate ordered an iced Americano, while Duna, no longer watching her weight, ordered a high-calorie milkshake. The group had returned, but their performance got poor responses. Duna felt bad, wishing her teammates could succeed. They chatted while drinking, but when they left, Duna's drink was untouched. She could have lived freely, but she still longed for her shining moments on stage. After sorting out her thoughts, Duna sat in the yard, waiting for Wonjun to come back. She pretended nothing happened and suggested they go on a trip during his vacation. Wonjun was full of anger. He wanted to know what he meant to Duna. He liked her and wanted to be her support when she felt lonely. But when she abandoned him, he felt heartbroken.
Exactly.
He realized he couldn't just act like he didn't care. Wonjun decided to move out. Duna hugged him and wouldn't let him leave. Wonjun smelled smoke on her, but she had quit smoking. He thought Manager Park had abandoned her again, so she came back to him. Duna got a bit angry, but still tried to make him stay. Wonjun asked why she left him back then. Duna didn't know at the time that the person she couldn't lose was him. After their separation,
now
she
you want my
regretted
dick.
her actions. She hoped he could understand her. Hearing her honest words,
Fuck
Wonjun's
you.
heart softened.
He better
knew
fuck her.
Duna was selfish and unstable.
She is selfish.
But she had started this, and now he loved her deeply and couldn't stop. When she said, "I love you," he felt satisfied and kissed her again. They made up and started their sweet life as a couple again. Duna picked out a pair of rings at a street stall to celebrate their love. Later, Wonjun took her to see a boy group's performance. Duna looked at the idols on stage and felt uneasy. She couldn't sleep all night, thinking about her time on stage, but she hid her true feelings from Wonjun. One day, Wonjun casually asked if she wanted to go back to the stage. He said he wanted to see her sing again. Duna thought he was silly and cute. She joked, asking what he'd do if the company made them break up. Wonjun didn't know how to answer. That day, Duna was bumped into while buying sleeping pills. When she bent down to pick up her things, she saw a girl group dancing on TV and froze. Back home, she saw videos online of fans asking her to return to the stage. She felt torn. The company sued her for breaking the contract, demanding 3 billion won. Duna was in pain over the huge compensation.
I say just break up with each other. Smash one more time, get it out y'all system. Slurpers meet one more time, go y'all separate paths. Let them go back, get with the baby mama.
She believed Manager Park was behind it. Manager Park said he couldn't stop the company's decision. He offered to help her make a comeback, but said she had to break up with Wonjun.
Do it. I love my nigga Wonjun. Listen. I want y'all to hear this. When they show
your own voice.
I love my nigga Wonjun, but she gotta break up with him. The bag over the hose, bro. Y'all know how it is.
Duna didn't know how to tell Wonjun, so she acted like nothing was wrong. Wonjun noticed her recent changes. He found the sleeping pills on the table and quietly threw them away. Then he saw a man's cigarette pack in the trash. He guessed Manager Park had been there and confronted him. Manager Park told him to break up with Duna. If she wanted to return to the stage, she couldn't have any scandals. Staying with Wonjun would only hold her back. Wonjun didn't know how to respond. He clenched his fists silently. He remembered the night they went to the boy group's show when Duna was invited on stage. Wonjun stared at the dazzling Duna,
let her chase her.
Slowly lowering.
If you really love her, bro, let her go and let her chase her dream, bro. If you really, that's all I'm saying. If you really love her, bro, you gonna let her go back to singing, my nigga. You ain't gonna let her just live her. You ain't gonna let her waste her life. Like, come
his
on.
head. In that moment, he felt so far from Duna. Wonjun ran wildly, shouting and letting out his emotions. He felt like he was about to lose Duna. Duna made a successful comeback with Manager Park's help. He rented a top apartment and took Duna's phone to stop her from contacting Wonjun. In the following days, Duna's career skyrocketed. Countless fans went crazy for her. Wonjun began preparing to become a civil servant. In his busy days, he occasionally thought of Duna. One day, Wonjun came out of the library and accidentally crossed paths with Duna, who was there for a performance. Duna got off the car early and waited for him. They had a meal together. Duna explained that her phone was taken away, so she couldn't contact Wonjun. Wonjun didn't get angry. He calmly told her he was about to serve in the military. He would silently cheer for her and wish her dreams came true. Duna understood his hidden meaning. She explained that once she became strong enough, the company wouldn't control her private life. She asked Wonjun to be patient a little longer, but Wonjun coldly broke up with her. Duna was furious. She blamed Wonjun for not keeping his promise and running away, just like everyone else who left her. Wonjun didn't deny it. Disappointed, Duna turned and left. While waiting for the subway, she still hoped Wonjun would come back to her. But in the end, He never came.
Damn, I feel
Doona
bad
cried
for
her
her.
heart out.
I feel bad for her.
Wonjun felt bad too.
I feel bad.
He watched Doona leave and cried.
That shit.
In the next 4 years, Doona's world had no more Wonjun. She focused on her career and became Korea's top idol. After Wonjun left the army, he kept studying for the civil service exam. Sometimes he drank alone and felt lonely. Whenever he saw Doona's posters in the subway, his heart ached. One day, Wonjun returned to the apartment for a party. At night, after his friends left, he went back to get his clothes and ran into Doona. They hadn't seen each other for 4 years. Doona asked about his life, but Wonjun answered coldly and carelessly. After they parted, Doona went home and burst into tears. Once close lovers, they were now distant strangers.
Why is he treating her like this, bruh? Oh my god.
She felt deep pain and didn't want to give up. She went to Wonjun again and angrily asked if he had nothing to say except to take care. Wonjun still gave no response. Doona's eyes filled with tears. After letting out her anger, she told Wonjun to admit his mistakes first this time. When he apologized and showed regret, they hugged each other and cried. Soon after, Wonjun passed the civil service exam.
Wait, hold up.
Doona continued her idol career. One day, Wonjun went to buy a cake with his boss. Meanwhile, Doona came there after an event. Wonjun led his boss in the opposite direction, then sighed in relief. Doona glanced at his back for a moment, then walked away.
Bro, that video ended out so trash, bro. Oh my, wait, is he? Hey, nigga, that was trash, bro. How they gonna end it off like that, bro? Oh my god, dude. If that was a true story, dude, I feel bad. Cause like, nigga, that jump made me so freaking mad, bro. Like, damn. What's up with this? That was trash, bro. That was trash. That was a good story, but how that jump ended was trash.